All right. And we're back again for another model building video. But in this particular one, we're going to be building something a little different. Still miniature, but we're not going to be building anything D&D or Pathfinder related or necessarily D&D Pathfinder adjacent. This time, we're going to go a little bit more grim. We're going to go a little bit more dark. Today, we are going to be building the Novitiate Kill Team from Warhammer 40K. Now, I did build one off camera just to see, and when I first got them home from the store, I was really excited and I kind of wanted to start right away. But this in particular, horse camera, is the Novitiate Superior, or also known as their alternative name, the Sisters of Battle. Now, the novitiates are like low-ranking members, kind of like recruits. Well, this particular one is pretty much the same one you see here on the box. Now, the one thing that's a little bit more unique about this particular set is if you want to try Warhammer, but I'm sure you've seen videos and pictures of like 100 models plus and thought that was really expensive and really daunting, the Kill Team series is a much smaller scale game. This one contains specifically 10 miniatures. And we've got basically 3 packs. Got some sticker stuff here. Some tokens and map markers, which we won't be needing today. And we got 3 sets of these, and well, 2.5 if you count that. So, let's get building today. And here's basically what all of our models will ideally look at. Now, you actually cannot necessarily build every single model you see here. You get all the parts to do it all, but some of them you kind of have to pick and choose. What do I mean? So we're going to use the one we just built as our example. Now, if we look very closely, she is armed with both a sword and a plasma gun. You could alternatively build her with a rifle. Now, when you do play the game, this does actually have an effect on your units. She'll have a better melee attack. Well, this one will have a better range attack. But I also have a plasma pistol, which I think makes up for it. But when you look at some of the other models, for example, this one, you can either equip them with a sword and a gun, a rifle, or a big FU chain sword. Or with this one, you can also do sword and gun, two-handed gun, or whatever this one is equipped with. How about an altar on a pole and a gun, 2 whips, a big mace. Like, there's not many gun options for this particular team. A lot of them is I would say, is relatively melee-based. You have guns, but there's a lot of melee-centric units. But, all right. But I kind of want to get started. I have to get up early in the morning, so we're going to get as far as we can in the span of an hour. And we're going to build. So we're going to build our next model, number 2. So we need 2A. Now, I don't think we need that per se. So we need parts A18, 16, and 17. 16, 17, 18. So it's these ones here in the middle. So we've got our clippers, and we're just going to start clipping them free. Okay. Do. Okay, so let's see how those two kind of dry fit together. Oop. So that's more or less just the torso, part of the head, but I do have to attach a face. That would be A24, A19. Let's get A17 next. Now, where was A17? Here. I'm going to make sure I dry fit everything before I cement glue anything together. Yeah, there we go. That just goes on the leg. She's in a sprinting position, basically. Okay, we need A24 and A19. 24 and 19. Okay, 24 here. And 19. 16, 17, 18. I thought, where did I see 19? Oh, 19's over here. It's another leg. Okay. Now I'm going to use the hobby knife to be very gentle, just so I can clean up some of these rough sides. Okay. Okay. Now this piece is very, very tiny. This is her face, basically. I know the camera's probably not going to be able to focus on it, but this is a very tiny piece. Okay. Okay, and one more piece. Hmm. So that should be it. Now let's dry fit one more time. Okay. That leg will go. Oh no, the leg goes back. Okay. Like that. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's get this body together. And more extra thin cement. Okay. Now we're just going to hold these pieces together for about a minute. Well, a little less than a minute. Okay. Let's get the back leg. Just going to go on like that. I'm just thinking what part would be best to glue? The knee pad or the thigh? Thinking the thigh. Actually, a tiny bit there as well. Okay. I'm just going to let that sit for a minute while we go to cut out our next piece. I'm just going to let it dry for a tiny bit. So again, this option we get either a sword and a gun, a two-handed gun, or the chainsword. We are 100% going the chainsword. So we need parts B2 and B1. Now I think those are on the small sprue set. Yeah. So B2, which is basically the right arm and the sword. This is going to be a bit of a tricky piece to get. I might have to cut off a much bigger piece than I want, and then just flip it off as I go up. There we go. I left this giant piece here on the back, so let's see if I can get that off. Yep, there we go. And yes, I did close my eyes as I clipped that because I brought that really close to my face just in case if that wanted to shoot back and hit me in the eyes. Wouldn't be a bad idea to probably wear some like really light safety glasses just in case. I'm sure somebody's got a story about how they nearly lost an eye because of a model kit. I'm sure everybody's probably got that story at least once. Okay, so B1 and B2. Where's B2? Down here. Yep, no, that's good. Okay, so now you should be all together. Let's get that next leg on. Yeah. Okay. All right. Now, this is the right arm. Okay, so you got to keep the arm close to the shoulder pauldron and kind of going across the chest. You don't want to kind of have it like on the side or else it's not going to attach properly. And then this arm, you can see the hand, the second hand is already on the other sword. You're just going to socket that into that arm and then get the wrist to line up with the other hand. That is going to be tricky. I think it might be best if I attach. I'm thinking, do I want to attach this on first? Or do I want to attach this first? That's going to be tricky. All right, I think I will attach this chain sword arm first and just line up the other one after. Yeah, that should be fine. I just gotta make sure this arm sticks. There, I think I got it. I just gotta hold these to make sure that these fully attach. Nope, the arms are not attaching. All right, let's try just applying a tiny bit up here in the shoulder area. We'll reapply a tiny bit. Okay, I think I got it this time. Okay, so we're just going to put you down. And hopefully that will fully cure. Okay, now we're going to temporarily skip number 3. We're going to go straight to, I think I might even skip 4 temporarily. I'm going to go, let's do 5 next. So 5 starts down here. We need, oops, sorry, partially cut off. We need a 43 and 42. 42 and 43. Okay, 42, 43, 44, and 45. Okay. Clean up this little sprue piece. Okay. And they, oop. That's weird. What happened here? Oh, okay. Just making sure my recording software didn't just die there, because my screen went blank. Okay. Okay, let's clean up the foot. There we go. Yeah. Okay, so we'll put you down there for a second. Let's check our chain sword. Yeah, okay. Chain sword is we're all good to go. Okay, so we have one full mini done. Now for this one, again, we are going to be building the version with the 2 whips. So we need parts B10, B11, which should be pretty obvious which ones those are. I'm just going to be very careful not to cut the whip itself. Yeah, because it looks like there's like little sprue pieces on there and there. Yeah, so I'll have to cut those off. There. Ah, bugger. And I broke the whip. That's what I was afraid of. Well, I can easily reattach it. I just need to make sure I get this little sprue piece off. There. Just a tiny, 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 tiny drop there. There we go. Now we're going to let that sit for a minute. We'll get the other whip ready. All right, so to not cause that same problem, we're going to just use clippers. Yeah, I think it's fine. It's fine. Yes, that is definitely the left arm, so it definitely goes here. Now, the arm. Looks like there's a tiny gap right by the armpit there. Yeah, that one slots in no problem. Okay, come on. Okay. What was the face piece? A46. 47, 49, 46. She's got a tiny piece of sprue there on the side. There we go. I just broke a leg off. It's okay. There we go. Oh, and I partially broke the arm off. All right, let me redo this. Should probably be cementing both ends, and I just took the face off again. Both the torso and the arm. Come on, you. Okay. Let's reattach your leg while we're at it. Oh, and I'm breaking the whip again, man. Please just stay together. Okay, reattach that after. Just want this arm to stay on. Okay, face, I swear I just attached you. Don't come off now. Okay, we're going to put you down. We're going to let you dry for a little bit. Okay, so let's put that model aside for a minute. Yeah, so let's get number 6. So that starts off with 53, 52, which I think is on this set. Yep. Okay. Now we'll attach these two together. And then we'll go back and finish the other one. Okay. Okay, so you can dry off for a minute. Now let's fix this whip. There we go. Let's check this face to make sure that's... No, okay, so the face is not attaching. So let's do a little bit of material on this piece, then try it again. There. All right, now let's get this last arm. There, like that. And there we go. There's our next model. Okay, now let's get back to where we were before. So actually, these guys. Sorry, which one were we building next? Yeah, okay, yeah, okay. We need 54, 54, 55, 56. 54, 55, 56. All right next to each other. Okay, let's clean these up a little. Clean up the sprues on their feet. And on their knee, back of their knee guard. Knee guard is what I said. Okay, let's get this. Okay, let's see if we can get this head just to socket in correctly the first time. There. This is... Pretty sure this is the left leg. Yep. Okay, so those are attached. Put you down. Now, to make this, we need parts B12 and B13. B12. And 13. Okay. Here we go. Yep, like that. Okay, and that's going to be one arm. 53 minutes. I don't think I have enough time to start another model. I have a really bad snowstorm going outside right now. And I need to make sure my driveway is as clear as possible so I can try and get out, because I have an early shift in the morning. Now, I'm not even sure I'll be able to get out of the driveway, but we'll find out. Let's get this last. Oh, we're losing it, we're losing it. And I literally just broke her face off because I kept pushing on it with my finger. There. Just like that. Just hold that, just like that. Let's reattach her face. Okay, we gotta just do more. All right, and there we go. And there's our next model. Okay, so we're gonna let those sit. We're gonna let them, they don't really need time to dry, but we need the stuff to fully take effect, which should only take a few minutes, really. Like, my chainsaw is probably all good. But yeah. So the trickiest part, I will say, with trying to build these particular models is if a model has a two-handed weapon, trying to get both the arms into the shoulders, but then getting the wrists to attach to the hands, because the hands are often attached to the weapon, so you have to connect them at the wrist. I think I see a tiny, tiny little seam there in that wrist. I can probably just reattach that, but that's not causing a major structural issue. I'll test all my components later, probably off camera, just to make sure everything is hardened. Yeah, this one was a bit tricky getting that arm in, but once you kind of find the slot it fits, it kind of wants to stay there. So you just got to hold it until your super glue or your cement harden enough that you can then take your hand off of it. So that's 3 models we have set up. This definitely will require a part 2. I'll probably record that tomorrow when I get off from work. And then also our first one we built off camera. So we've got 4 models set to go out of 6. Hopefully I can get the last 6 done. Maybe do another like 3 or 4 and then get the last 2 done and prime them in a 3rd video. But we'll see. But yeah, we'll call it there for today. So I'll see you all again next time. Take care now, and go out and play some board games.